much noise. Alfier in the back.
Shock dart forward, try to clear any util. Guard over the top, not gonna get a spot there on the ISO as the plant gets ready to come through. Reveal goes down, trying to track across there with the Sheriff. It's gonna be Alfier who ends up taking an immense amount of damage. Crashes, however, on the peak. In towards the A link. Finds Foxy 9, both are dragging. Finding.
Spike down
his counter will fall. Ash able to get one. A little bit whiffy though on the follow-up. As Alfier cleans up the kill. Spike in hand, Texture sliding back. Needs to be able to try to escape here. There's the peak. Shield, however, gets the 2 taps. And leaves Kayak now all alone. Try to clutch this out.
That early maneuver by Texture to slip the net in towards A link. Crucial here for Gen.G. Some patience being shown by Munchkin, the IGL as well.
Staying tucked here inside of window. Kayak with no util to speak of, and Munchkin will just find the timing on the swing. Gen.G to go. Smoke's now coming through. Tells FNATIC everything they need to know. Bit of a gap here on that smoke, and Texture will get caught off guard by it as Chronicle will find the opening kill here in the anti-bonus. Turret set up, and Texture being on the floor, always going to be positive here on the opposite side of the lobby.
Coming back.
Still got some firepower. A little bit of time, but FNATIC going to be coming from a lot of different angles.
Camera's still situated. Can go for the toggle, try to get a dart out, does so. Still not being cleared, but does actually get the spot on the Foxy 9, so they know that he's going to be playing forward in towards the smoke. Now looking to spam him out quite just yet. Foxy able to drag across one, cannot find the other. Ash, Karon now. The 2, the 3, quickly be felled.
I think they're aware. They're trying to spam it down.
Bosa finding Munchkin. Just pushes forward, and Seward does catch the enemy IGL. Critical target to be found. Viper out of play. Pretty much makes that A side unassailable because they don't have the wall to try to scale off of. Slow creep up with Texture around the corner. Gun barrel might have spotted, but out here. Able to find Karon. So counter swing is there. Texture trades it back, but still going to be a player disadvantage here for Gen.G as they get ready to have the spike planted. There's Fury going to be online. Question is, can Ash get into a disconnected position to try to actually utilize this? You already have Foxy 9 watching long. Seems like Ash is going to have to stay put.
No smokes either.
Slow creep in, Texture. Swinging around the back, able to find one. Recon at the ready, and it's going to be the triple push here from Garage. Being able to note 2. A couple shots in. Spot out here in the Chronicle, but not too much damage taken. Regen armor refills. Paranoia going to be dodged. Ash pushed out. Fights for one. Swing. Texture cannot stabilize it. Boaster gets the better of him now. It's down to Foxy 9. Tap on the defuse. Some spray to come through. And Chronicle to defend. With any spam. Gen.G quickly evacuate the area. Slide back through window. But now you've got Kayak slid forward here. Ult going to be coming through. Kidnaps one away. In the meantime, this Yor is striking. Kayak going to be good for 2. Munchkin's going to be taken down inside of the ultimate. Crashes on the peak from Sewer. Cleans up the other. Now it all just comes down to Karon. Position noted. Fights back for 1. Just holding the line. Karon drifting ever closer to it. Gun barrel going to be spotted. And Chronicles lurk. Hayes.
Camera's still there. Hasn't been identified for Gen.G.
The wire there on the floor does get cleared. And Kayak, again, coming away with the goods. But Munchkin's going to be dead. Crashes. Sends out the Hunter's Fury. He's looking for the double pump, but he will have it. Foxy 9 taken down as well. As Texture falls, Karon spraying and praying, trying to get the enemy Yor full flashed out in the wide swing.
Very wily in his movement, and his aim is incredible, but so far FNATIC has done a great job handling him.
Kayak, what is the second shot? Instantaneous with the readjustment, and that leaves Texture Karon dead on the floor. And any hope of pulling off a thrifty here has very quickly been shut down.
I mean, we've seen it in the EMEA, how electric Kayak is. That right there, just a microcosm of what he's capable of. Just phenomenal.
And Munchkin's been given some space to try to push up, but again, with a Stinger at range, Crashy's on the jump peak. Able to find value here. Highly unlikely. Spotted there. Munchkin does manage to push forward, finding one. Snakebite not getting the connection here, and Crashy's does. And shot flies through. Spike really blissfully unable to be planted here for the moment. Ash able to find a little bit more impact. And Alfier with the shield will go ahead.
Sitting on his overdrive for quite a while.
Quick TP, and okay, Munchkin getting the read on this push out. Able to find Kayak. Lobs in the poison orb as Shock Dart try to clear out some of this util. Still a trip set up, and here in the front, but help is going to be pre-fired. Foxy9 has come away with that elimination. Jump up over the top of your plat, Boaster, the operator is trying to get something going. Dexter does manage to deny him. Smoke dissipating at garage. And it's just a firing squad waiting on the opposite side. A flawless round as Munchkin steps up.
Maybe didn't even need to be used, but now you've got a neural theft for Chronicle. Kayak still with the dimensional drift.
Relay to try to sway. Double stack setup. Looks like he's spotted a boat. Slides in. The stun is there. Texture has hold up the Crashies. Over in main. Gonna be caught with util in hand as Texture scoops up his 3K. The Crashies, the damage dealt there on the intercept is absolutely monstrous.
Kayak so fast here on this rotation. Is Gen.G going to be ready for it?
In all likelihood, no, but Texture is staring over towards the angle. Eyes on it from the hell position. As now they have it confirmed. Swing out, Ash finds the headshot. Dimensional drift has come through, but Kayak is now left to his own devices. Cuts back just around the box. Trying to set up here on the pop flash.
Decoy.
Sends the fake, finds the first, isolated now. Fastlane going to be set, trying to fish him out. Tiny bits of damage dealt, 8 bullets remaining in the bag. Gets the spot out. Texture just trying to play with time. Eats a ton of damage. And he will sprint away down into the cubby. Needing to have the defuse, but Texture will be there and miss.
You know, have plans. You know, you'd love to get Texture into that ISO ult. That's obviously kind of one of your main goals. Alpha playing so far forward there. They're going to challenge this angle again.
Here comes Kayak. There to try to back him up, and they're just lining up. Picking targets, finding value. Karen does manage to trade one, so the ISO ult not going to be a concern here in the round, but can save that for the final to half.
I'm out of here.
This fast lane sent, Texture at the ready. Slides forward, catches a spot there on it. Chronicle, and eats a ton of damage. Dink right through the corner as they try to flush him out of this position. Chronicle not quite going to be able to fight back for any more than that.
Can't even get the plant down, though. So much util being thrown their way. And there's a wide wrap from Crashies.
Seems like they want to try to fight their way out of this position, but now Gun Barrel has been spotted, and Foxy9 is tripping right into the crosshair.
Spike down.
Kayak just tears them limb from limb, round after round. Karen now with everything to do to try to make this timeout find some value, but Crashies on this reposition seems like it is loosely red, but no. Peeks into the link against him, and already Foxy9 eating damage on entry. Kayak once again feeling good about this position, and he is finding value once more. Ash clipped to the side of the head, 7 health here on the Sova. Boaster gonna go for a quick peek. Checks in over towards Sewer.
This way.
He's managed to catch a glimpse. Time a bit of a fake entry, fast lane drone over the top. Up the air, able to tuck back, clear of the tripwire, but no closer to getting on plant here are Gen.G.
Oh boy.
Alpha Kayak now stacked up into the garage. The swing about to come through. Gun Barrel's going to be spotted into the dimensional drift. Goes Kayak, he's able to escape. Houdini himself does end up costing Alfia's life as the Hunter's Fury's now coming through, just trying to guide them here towards success. Tucks in the cubby over at long. Karen going to be taken down as Crashies is able to find that kill. And Kayak looks to try to get the jump here on the Munchkin. Will be able to do so. The headshot, instantaneous. Chronicle here in backside. They have no idea.
Spike down. C.
It's Foxy9. The lockdown committed. The gate crash at the ready. A fake into the smoke. It reads it well that it's not for real. And now it's going to be pinged down and
take it down.
Boaster alone watching on this side. Does get the headshot on the Munchkin, but it's going to be Munchkin getting the kill. Survives with 22. So that's going to lead everybody else pretty much sprinting forward into this A site. Alarm in the nano. Going to be baited out. FNATIC seemingly reading the setup here from Foxy9. So now we'll go ahead and cut sound. Given the tendencies of Gen.G, FNATIC can pretty easily rely on the assumption that they've gotten the rotate out.
Yeah, no. This is very good stuff from FNATIC. This is how they like to play a lot of their rounds, not just pistols, but in general. They're looking to bait some utility out of you. They're looking to get a little bit more info, and they got that. They got that KJ util out of the way. They're going to try to make their way B.
Wall isn't raised. Swing peek coming through. Ash able to find one instantly as Kayak can take it down. And Texture finds Alphier. Paranoia since Crashy's reeling back. Wrapping around in towards Garage. Slow walk up from Chronicle. Just trying to see that they haven't skipped any beats here. Crashy's going to be caught, however. As there's the spot out to the final player with the spike now on the floor. Chronicle certainly has his work cut out for him as all of Gen.G get clustered together. A couple taps in. The wide swing out, Chronicle. Good for one. If he just comes backpedaling out of this smoke, almost certainly is going to be dead to rights. Karan, though, wants to swing and get a little bit more information. Still, he's going to be rewarded for the kill. Attempted the ADS. Poster does manage to come out on top. Aren't eliminated, but that's one of the dual-pronged tips of the spear. It does get taken down, but Texture similarly causing the fall. Timing does come across. Munchkin able to go ahead and collect that elimination. Scoops up the weapon. Backpedals through the wall to safety here on the B site. Keeps it down to a 3v3.
Great read by Munchkin, understanding that more often than not, Chronicle's going to be on his own, and on a bonus, it's well worth the risk to go for that gun. Very nice play. Helps even up the weaponry advantage. Foxy9 potentially going to be tasked doing a lot here, but a little bit of a misguess by FNATIC on where the KJ util would be. And that's bought them a little bit of extra time and even got the drone committed by FNATIC.
Catch Foxy on this angle. Alphier then gets caught off guard.
30 seconds left.
There's going to be more pressure coming out of the garage. Munchkin swooping in from behind. Paranoia going to be avoided with the dark. He's able to find that ping, but it doesn't matter. It seems as Munchkin look to be cycled. Spam opened up to try to find anything, but nothing widely found. Sure has to back away. To think that maybe it's going to be repositioned, but Munchkin does still manage to find Poster. Out doing him here, and now that pivot is going to be coming through. Just 13 seconds remaining here on the clock. Foxy9 still going to be situated on the side. Texture here inside of the window, and Foxy9 looks to try to cut them down to size. Finds another to swing out. Chronicle able to find it, but the round is already over. The time is gone, and Munchkin not going to be spotting anything. Texture though in deep, and there's going to be multiple players on the opposite side of this one. Still just a beat in. Kayak has the shot. What an opener. Puts Neon down on the floor. Gen.G now
ahead.
Be scrambling a bit. Recon around the back does get multi-person ping out. Drone chasing forward, getting the spot there onto Ash. Forces him to reposition back. To undercut Paranoia, both going to be sent. Ash wing to try to regain his util, turns from the flash. Some shots coming through the wall, going to be raised. The Poster out from Sewer, able to find that kill. Now the neural attempt is going to be lobbed in as well. The reveal is there, Munchkin. Nothing more to be done but die. Gets taken down. It's on Foxy9 and Karan to try to see if they can turn the tides of this somehow in a 2v5. But FNATIC are absolutely entrenched. It seems like there is no displacing and no chance, no willingness to try to go for this. FNATIC in flawless fashion, barring a hunt and a kill, look to go ahead and regain the lead by 1.
Yeah, and FNATIC finding success off the back of another just unbelievable opener from Kayak. He is so sharp. Unbelievable find for this FNATIC team. And they just had a good read on where Texture might be. And they just caught him off guard. And that's not easy to do. Very, very nicely handled by FNATIC. And I mean, it just feels like in this matchup that first kill is so important. Let's see if Karan's got the read on Boaster's positioning in these smokes. He's been doing this almost every round.
Turns from the flash. And this time they're not quite prepared for it. Boaster does manage to get a bit of damage in. Trying to flush him out. Karan needing to fight his way out. The bad situation is unable to do so as the pit is going to be invested from Munchkin. Blocking off this long position. Double tap shield expiring. Alpha trying to chase forward, trying to find that. As Chronicle needs the entry into garage, but Foxy9's got the close angle held. That gives the player advantage here to the side of Gen.G.
This is such a tough choice for FNATIC. No idea where the operator is.
Ash holding close. Check over the top of the Poster. Being spotted, spammed down through the box.
Revealing area.
Recon through the opposite side of the wall. No, doesn't go deep enough to actually get the pings here. It's their own recon ping. Next on the Ash of the wall. Helps keep him protected, and Munchkin's got the cross. Don't going to be cycled over from Karan. Spam through the door. Gets the nano out. Alarm bot still set up. Spot on a 1, and Alpha's going to be taken down. Over at C long. Karan clearly catching a glimpse, is able to spam him out in the end.
You know there's 2 on C. You've seen Foxy and Karan. This is what you're going to try to challenge.
30 seconds
Waiting
left.
for the moment. There's a great crash forward onto the side. Karan going to be blinded out. Foxy, however, top of Lumber, finding one. Spotting at the gun barrels, but cannot find the kills. Karan gets flushed out, but Munchkin again arriving, looking to be the hero! Munchkin watching. Karan clearly wary about this position. Sees he gets across, gets to readjust to find the headshot on the kayak. Looking to try to push their way forward here on the side. Munchkin once again is looking to cut them down. Gets himself another 3K. And Gen map. In the meantime, Kayaks heads up with the dimensional drift, getting the spot here onto Ash. He's gonna have to go for the exit. Front side of the box, does manage to get out to safety. There's Hunter's Fury. Gonna be set up here from the side of Crash. Kayak able to strike for one, strike for two. Foxy 9, Ash both gonna be taken down. Some damage across as Texture gets himself situated here in heaven. Trying to see what he gets spot out as the cam gets cleared. But for now, 5v3. Texture getting tagged here by the drone. Has to back away. Munchkin ends up getting dropped, and it's just Texture and Karan. Try to see if they can somehow turn this on its head.
Look at Chronicle's angle, right below Texture.
Ready,
beautiful,
and waiting. Karan now, no other choice. Try to back away. I mean, some damage dealt here would make it costly, as the economy from FNATIC hasn't been the strongest. We're talking about how important this round is. Ult's committed, not too many. They still have 2 to go. They're able to go ahead and stabilize the economy. See what he can get done, just dancing around it for now. Gate crash going to be destroyed.
Gen.G's got the read.
Hold him at bay, Chronicle. About to peek into this, and Texture finds the shot.
It's you.
The back line now going to be opened up. Kayak going to be spotted. Some counter spray coming through. He falls low. Out the air in the meantime. Kill contract. Gets the grab of the Karan. He's able to win the fight. Munchkin. Foxy 9. Both going to be taken down. Ash now striking from the cubby. Overdrive pop. The pass lane about to fall. Dancing around him. But Boaster finds the shots. And Ash has everything to do. Boaster has the ult. He peeks across the map. Doesn't go for the cancel. Doesn't try to play any mind games.
Spike planted.
Spike gets planted. He's just gonna blind fish for this one. He's hoping to try to find a tag. The Boaster eludes capture. The drop down, the noise made. Boaster tucked into the corner. He has a recon online. Does he think about it? No, but it doesn't matter. Ash! Wave to him. Operator still going to be in play. Turn on the flash, the peek, attempts the flick. Texture does not get taken down, but Ash does, but not before finding Kayak. So in the end, a 1-for-1 with Texture down to 14 health. Overall, FNATIC do come out on top of that, given that they still do have Alpier. To try to give them a bit of entry power.
Yeah, they've still got some great ideas on how to layer that util. Texture down in sewer.
Getting out wider and wider on this angle. There's the peek, and there's the shot. Shield not at the ready. Likely not going to be anticipating the Texture. Would be so bold to try to go for that pick. Chronicle does manage to find him as the neural theft gets the ping reveal. Telling a story here of this deep flank around the back. As we go into a 3v3, FNATIC looking for 2 rounds consecutive to keep themselves afloat here in the map.
Not a ton of util to work with here. Just a couple smokes from Karan. Nano for Foxy 9.
Munchkin finds one. It would give them a pit online as well. TP across the way from Karan. Boaster.
Cover going out.
Up in heaven. The other 2 playing back at the A connector. The paranoia at the ready time, starting to tick. Knows that they have them cleared off of this spike here for the moment. Looking for the hold, the dart going through. Karan going to be taken down, and there you go. Just a firing squad. It's Crashy.
Quick rotation around into the attacker's side, but
Look at this though. Big crunch attempt play at Boaster. He gets left out to dry. Paranoia now. Allows for Texture to slowly drift back away. They get in, they get a kill, they get out.
and now Gen.G wants to get proactive for that A main control. They're very successful.
Damage on the kayak as well as Munchkin is looking to try to just tear them apart. Nano, however, does end up getting cleared. Snake bite. A little further delay. Trying to flush out that alarm bot. Does get found.
Chronicle just trying to clear any other util that might be there. Foxy 9 still tucked into that corner. Drone doesn't see texture.
Just jiggling on the angle. This kayak sends out a couple warning shots. Crashy's ready to go here for the lineup. Chronicle slowly backpedaling in mid.
Still enough time for another rotation, so Gen.G has to keep their feet planted.
Flashes over the top. Texture on the reposition.
30 seconds left.
Checks, sees that it's a fake. Finds a headshot there on a kayak, pushes out. Shield going to be reset though for Alpha. Khan holds here on the wide angle. Spots it, breaks it, kills him off.
Spike down A.
As it's just Crashies and Chronicle now with not much time to work with. 12 seconds remaining here on the clock.
10 seconds left.
Knows where one's at. Should have heard Chronicle arriving here on the side. They need to push forward. They just cannot make it happen.